ezi onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile, Chukwu okike abịa ma bụ onye anyị na-efe na-agọzi aha nsọ ya, onye ọbụla naanị ya na-achị, onye mmụọ na mmadụ na-erubere isi, onye ọbụla naanị ya bụ ọkaka. Ụbọchị ene ka anyị na-etugha eze ebube dị ngọzi, mmalite na ọgwụgwụ. Ndị gboo wee tụọ oge ebighị ebi, onye nwe m, ụmụ gị wee gbakọọ n'ụwa niile iwe nara ozi ọma nke gị onwe gị n'ezi ha site n'ọnụ mmadụ dị ndụ na nke ebere dị ngọzi. Anyị wee na-asị na onweghị ihe ọbụla nke anyị onwe anyị bụ n'ihi na ọ bụ anụkpa ahụ sọsọ ka mmadụ dị ndụ bụ. Ofu ụbọchị anyị ga-anwụ, maka na okwu nsọ gị na-adịrị ma ruo mgbe ebighị ebi, n'ihi na okwu gị niile ga-abịarịrị na mmezu. Ọbịa nwere Biafra ga-eji wee bịa na mgbe nke anyị. Anyị wee na-akpọkọ uwe na-arịọ gị na-asị, lekwa ude nke anyị na-asụ n'akwa nke anyị na-ebe ka o metụta gị n'obi. Onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe, biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt gotu wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbodo ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị, wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtụ na eji ama mgbe niile, n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị. Anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị. Ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nzọmụkwụ anyị niile. Ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile. Anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ. Anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi, sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka. Ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwanyị bụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu. Anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma, na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ, ha wee daa hapụ ikonye ọzọ. Obodo ekwensu bụ usu ala ọkwa n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi. Anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị, na-asị na ebeghị chi ọzọ egwezuga gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma, wee na-eto gị, na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke, mana onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị ebi, mara onye gị ka na-arịọ gị. Ise.
Right. Ụtụtụ ọma ụmụ Chukwu, ụtụtụ ọma, lovers of freedom. I greet you all, and I bring you good tidings, children of heaven. The lines are falling for us in pleasant places. Fellow Biafrans, I want you to know that our case is before the Most High, the one who decides, the one who makes the choice, the one who gives life, the one who gives direction, the one who gives everything. Our case is before him, and decisions are being made concerning Biafra. I'm telling you. Our leader, Onyendumazi Nnamdi Kanu, his words will never fall to the ground. His words must surely come to pass. They will never lie. Now, the United States of America and the free world, the leader of the free world, is presently considering options on what to do to end the Christian genocide in Nigeria, to end the unnecessary unaliving of people, innocent people in Nigeria, the massacre of Christians and the massacre of Biafrans. And when Christians are being massacred, believe me, a very larger percentage of the people losing their lives are Easterners, are Biafrans. And the solution that is being presented to Donald J. Trump right now, believe me, is to divide Nigeria along ethnic lines. And it is only necessary to do that. It will not hurt anyone. It will rather save lives. I have some press releases to read and maybe some videos to play this morning. But I want you guys to know that things are taking shape. The real players, the real positive players, those that will engage because they are actually, involved and are at the receiving end, have now entered the center stage. Biafra Republic government in exile, led by Mazi Simon Ekpa, uninfiltrated group, the CRC, are now involved, taking the right steps and communicating the right to the right people. And things are taking shape rapidly. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case is looking up. Our prime minister is preparing to come out, and all the urchins that were positioned to destroy, they will be buried before we all even know it. They will all be submerged. We, the children of heaven, we will rejoice. We will praise the Most High. We will be glad because God Almighty, Chukwu Biama, have taken sides already. And on whose side is He? On the side of truth, on the side of the righteous. This morning, I want you to join me as I bring you some of these write-ups and some of these posts. And if you have not yet hit the like button, please do so, because this broadcast is not going to last so long. Normally, you know, in the morning like this, we are always in a hurry. Our beloved brother, Joseph Okechukwu, who has been massively, doing a lot lately, made this post to get the attention of Rep. Riley Moore. Yes, to get the attention of Rep. Riley Moore, and I want us to see his post. Let me quickly bring this to the purview. Thank you for joining me this morning. Who is here already? Let me see. Who do we have? We have Callistos Bravo. We have Alex Oko. We have Obino Tempo. We have Esther Mbanefo. And we also have Biafra Chigozie watching and commenting. Please comment and let us know you are here. And do not forget to leave a like, because it's going to share the algorithms so that we'll have more people see this video. Very, very important. Now, Joseph Okechukwu writes, "Hi, Rep. Riley Moore. I heard of your meeting with Donald Trump." POTUS is Donald Trump. "I heard of your meeting with Donald Trump to formally brief him and give your team's recommendations on Nigeria. Here's what they have been up to lately. Here is what they have been up to lately. They now say," and it is good to bring Donald Trump up to speed. They now say President Trump, leader of the greatest nation on earth, with access to the finest intelligence in our world, relied on information from a screwdriver seller in the predominantly Christian city of Onitsha to authorize the strikes against terrorist bases in Sokoto. Nearly every media organization in Nigeria has reportedly been mobilized to push this utter lunacy, despite the Nigerian government admitting in a press release that it authorized the airstrikes and coordinated it with the United States. This is the level of mind-numbing unseriousness that Nigeria assumes with reality. Now, it is going to bring to Donald Trump's attention that Nigeria will never, now read my lips, Nigeria will never do anything. Oh, my brother Anthony. Yeah. Thank you so much this morning. Johnny Wuji is watching. Oh, my goodness me. These are hardcore. Thank you, Johnny Wuji. Anthony, thank you for your super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I will get a coffee. Of course I will. Thank you. Thank you. Now, Donald Trump should be aware that Nigeria will do nothing, absolutely nothing, to stop the genocide going on in Nigeria. They will not. And there is a determination to exterminate Christians in Nigeria. They have written it in their book. They have outlined it in their program. They are not, changing any of their strategy or their plan in carrying it out. They want to annihilate every Christian. And Donald Trump must be let to know that this must not happen in his watch. Because you cannot tell me that if Nigeria claim that they joined USA in doing what was done to the terrorists in Sokoto, and that Donald Trump is coming again to, hit another strike if those terrorists continue to perpetuate those havoc. And now, all of a sudden, we have $9 million lobbying firm, and all of a sudden, New York Post, one of the number one propaganda news that the Democratic Party have been using against Donald Trump, they are now posting this. I am happy it is happening very quickly so that rally more and none of you will be deceived that Nigeria will do something about this ethnic cleansing or this genocide going on. Now, my brother Joseph continues. He said, this is the level of mind-numbing unseriousness that Nigeria exudes within reality. No commitment to end the criminality, only an insatiable appetite to propagandize just for your information. This is an information, and Donald Trump is tagged, Portus is tagged, J.D. Vance is tagged, Secretary Rubio. Oh, Secretary Rubio is a fantastic man. I will play you a video of Secretary Rubio. Ted Cruz is tagged, and all these how people are tagged. Fox News are tagged. Everyone is tagged. This is what the propaganda they are now spreading. Look at this man sitting somewhere in Onitsha. I don't know how they come up with that. And then they are now spreading that the news that got to Donald Trump to make a decision came from this little place, from a man unknown, and a man who we have never heard of before, that is the one that made Donald Trump to take a decision. What an insult. What an insult to the president of the greatest nation on earth. What an insult to Donald J. Trump. Now, Donald J. Trump must be reminded that Nigeria will stop at nothing, but will rather continue to insult him and insult his office. So, what are we talking about? The only option that should be left on the table of Donald J. Trump is to create a safe zone for Christians, to split that nation and make sure that everyone controls their own territory. Now tell me, there is no way people from Kaduna or Kano will invade into the Middle Belt in the name of cattle rustling or cattle rearing or Fulani jihadis or terrorist movement. No way. There's no way they will invade in the West, in Yoruba land, to claim another territory for themselves. No way. There's no way they will invade Biafra land, the eastern part, if these places are being manned, are being controlled by the people themselves. So the only option, please rally more. The only option you will leave on the table of Donald J. Trump is split this nation. Everyone must go their separate ways and protect their land. Look, some of these places that are, being destroyed today, they are even bigger in landmass than Israel. Israel is secured and protecting their borders in the midst of terrorists. The same way the Middle Belt will be able to protect themselves. The same way the East, Biafra land, will be able to protect themselves. The same way the West, Yoruba land, Oduduwa nation, will be able to protect themselves. The same way Arewa will be able to protect themselves. All this plan of dipping their Quran in the Atlantic Ocean, we must kill it on arrival. We must allow it to die, because these people are stopping at nothing to carry out their jihad. Now, Donald J. Trump must be made to know that even the leader of the Muslim world in Nigeria, the Sultan of Sokoto, he is writing and posting and diluting the jihad agenda, telling people that jihad is nothing else but just to cohabit, just to strive. But you and I, Ralimon, know that jihad is war against those that do not believe in Islam. Is what they call their holy war, Islamic war. Please, This must be the solution. And this message, we must bring it up. We must continue to make it go viral. Break it up. Break up that zoo now to save lives. Because you can already see that the presidency in Nigeria are not in control. Tinubu is not in control of Nigeria. None of them are in control of Nigeria. So allow people to control themselves. We in Biafra land, if there's anyone that feel insecure in any other parts of Nigeria, we will grant them asylum. They will be safe in Biafra land. One Nigeria is a problem because ethnically we are divided. Religiously we are divided. In everything, we are divided. Now, Donald J. Trump must be made to understand that any little thing that happens in Nigeria, they single out the Igbo people, Biafra people. The reason why you see them now pointing out that somebody in Onitsha, an Igbo man, someone with Igbo name, is the one that is causing this problem, it is to raise up another ethnic war in Nigeria. Now, when they say this propaganda to the streets people, the Alamajeris in the north, by the time they pump this agenda and they sell it in the streets of Lagos, in the streets of Kaduna, in the streets of Kano, the Igbo people will become their targets. Yes, just a football match that was played recently, we all saw what happened. That a Biafran player, a player of Igbo origin, missed a penalty that even superstars used to miss. Yesterday, Ibrahim Diaz, a very highly talented player that plays for Real Madrid. You people saw the penalty. I saw it. A very simple game that he would have won for his country, but he missed it. Was it deliberate? No. But do you know the narrative? Some of them are also painting again about that penalty. Some of those idiotic APC people, they're even saying, hey, he did it purposely. A goal that will give them the cup. Their king is there. Everybody is there. 60,000 fans are there. And you're telling me he played it purposely. They are trying to sell another narrative to lie that that one did it also purposely. Just the same way they were, accusing our brother Chukwueze that he did it purposely to deny Nigeria because he was supporting Biafra. Do you understand? So with that, they started insulting Igbo, calling us names that we are the problem. For this to end, for peace to reign, everybody must be in their own house. This is the only solution we must bring to the table of Donald J. Trump. Only solution. There is no other solution but to split that country. To split that country. There's no other solution. This is the same thing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been calling for. And we are not even using arms to do it. We have not called for arms. We have not, we have not struck anywhere. We didn't bomb anywhere. But you see, these terrorists, they are bombing places. They are destroying places. We are not. Now, look at the real truth on ground. Now, Donald J. Trump must be aware of these people. Of course, I know he's aware. So I'm going to bring this
terror tracker
in so that you will listen. Let us listen together and rally more. You must work closely with these people that are on ground in Nigeria, that know the effects, the truth of what is happening in Nigeria. They have the details, they have the intel. Of course, I know that they provided the United States with all of the intels that they have been using. So changing the narrative now, if anyone refuses to bring to the table of Donald Trump the fact that these people will never stop or change until Nigeria is splitted, then that person that is denying Donald Trump this information, you are the one responsible for the lives that are being lost. Now let's listen to this, our brother, and those of them on ground that are giving details of what's happening in Nigeria. Let's go.
We compiled data from within Truth Nigeria. We compiled data from several sources.
They are called Truth Nigeria. Truth Nigeria. These people are compiling data from several sources. Now listen to them and hear the sources where they are compiling data on real data from on ground, real data. Listen to this.
We compiled data from within Truth Nigeria. We compiled data from several sources, and we have launched what we call the Nigeria Terror Tracker. And this is an interactive map that shows you who did the killing, where the killing happened, geolocated, and information about each and every attack. So I'm just going to pop it up on the screen here, and we call it nttmap.org. Very original name, Nigeria Terror Tracker Map.org, nttmap.org. And this is a work in progress, but right now what we have in the system is every attack that has occurred in Nigeria for the last 5 years, and who did it, documenting over 50,000 casualties. We'll go to the map. So you can sort out the map here. You can go by local government area, you can go by the state, you can go by the date. Every one of these attacks is geolocated. Now if I go click on a dot, it'll give you information about every attack. But here's the thing, I can go over here, I'll take out the red. The red right now is combined of Boko Haram and ISWAP. We are going to be separating that and doing Boko Haram only and ISIS of West Africa only. That's going to be separated here within the next month, and that'll be documented. But Trump went after, I'd say, a small portion of the red, which was the ISIS. Let's take them out for a second. Okay? Let's take out other non-actors. All right, we'll take out state actor security forces. Look at the green, guys. The green are the Fulani attacks. And everywhere they've attacked in the last 5 years.
Are you seeing that?
Which account?
These green dots are the Fulani attacks all over Nigeria, all over. Now, they started by removing the ones that Donald Trump strike, which is the ISIS. Now, the major problem is not even only ISIS. There are Fulani terrorists that are everywhere. Watch it now. Donald Trump have only treated a small portion of the problem. Small. Did you understand? Watch it again. You see the red. The red is the terrorists, ISIS. Look at the part where they are. That's where Donald Trump did. But there are others. This man is trying to lay emphasis on it. Watch again. Let me play it.
If I go click on a dot, it'll give you information about every attack.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing. I can go over here. I'll take out the red. The red right now is combined of Boko Haram and ISWAP.
Okay.
We are going to be separating that and doing Boko Haram only and ISIS of West Africa only. That's going to be separated here within the next month, and that'll be documented. But Trump went after, I'd say, a small portion of the red, which was the ISIS. Let's take that out for a second. Okay? Let's take out other non-actors. All right, we'll take out state actor security forces. Look at the green, guys. The green are the Fulani attacks.
Fulani attacks.
And everywhere they've attacked in the last 5 years. Which accounts for the vast majority of all the killings in the last 5 years.
Okay.
The data doesn't lie.
Data doesn't lie.
And this is a clear picture of what needs to be dealt with. So the U.S. government, if we're going to take this seriously, if we really care about persecuted Christians, the Fulani need to be dealt with. The Fulani ethnic militia. Boko Haram still needs to be dealt with. ISIS needs to be dealt with. But if we're ignoring the Fulani, we're doing a disservice to the Nigerian people, and there will be more slaughter.
That will be more slaughter.
The American media thought...
Are you hearing? If we ignore these Fulani terrorists and think that it is only Boko Haram, then we are not doing Nigerian indigenous people any good service, because more people will be slaughtered. The safest way is to divide the country. Divide it. And then every country will now slaughter all those their Fulani people. If Fulani wants to live in your state, they will have to buy house, buy land, build something. Then they have to, everything about them will be checkmated. Everything about them. In Israel today, most of the people that are against Israel from outside Israel are Muslims and Islamic people. But do you know that inside Israel, there are over 2 million Muslims? Because every one of them are residing there, legally, and they are, everyone, including Israeli citizens, are under the control control, security checks. So everything is under Israeli data. So you cannot be a terrorist and you are moving recklessly and you will not be spotted. It is difficult for you not to be spotted. So that's why countries being in charge of their own territory is very, very important. Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria is a terrorist zone, a crime scene. End it now to save lives. End it now.
Needs to be dealt with. But if we're ignoring the Fulani, we're doing a disservice to the Nigerian people, and there will be more slaughter.
There'll be more slaughter.
So the American media thought, guess what? Trump bombed Nigeria. Problem solved. Persecution ended. How many of you here know how many Christians have died since Christmas?
Okay.
I know you guys are smart. And
No, if I, no. Why now?
Christians have died since Christmas. The killing hasn't stopped.
Hello,
The Fulani are doing business as usual.
You're fine. You know.
So right now,
Wait. Hold on.
the Nigerian government, $9 million to an American Republican firm that people kind of associate them with called DCI.
Let me take your call because you please just try and wait when I am not playing videos again. Because when you call on top of the video, it's not always fantastic. All right, let me call you back. Where is the call? Oh. If I am calling you back. Okay.
Yeah, Pastor Mama.
There you
Good evening from my side.
Oh, evening. This is morning. Over here.
Yeah, I know. I greet you.
There you
I greet you, my brother. You know, to the program you are doing, I just have to speak a little bit, then I allow you to finish your program because I know it is morning and you have to go to work.
There you
Yeah. You see, Mazen Namdekan said we are not going to war. When he was talking to the United Nations, Mazen Namdekan told the United Nations that the way they did in Soviet Union and Soviet Union splitted without war.
Without war, yeah.
That is how God is going to use them to split Nigeria without a war.
Mm.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You see, when you are not spiritual inclined, you will not understand what we are going through.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And you will not understand the miracle that God is doing.
Exactly.
Do you understand?
Mm.
You see, God will take our prime minister to go and rest.
Mm.
In other words, to expose those evildoers
Yes.
that is in our midst.
Yes.
That is one thing that people need to understand.
Yes.
To expose Isaiah, somebody like Isaiah Anyoga and Akbarawa,
Yes.
the brother of what is he called? This man, Nsima. The same thing that Akbarawa, because they wanted to use Nsima, but Nsima own didn't work. And then they now push Sonny Akbarawa inside to come and do what he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I want people to know one thing. Nigeria lobbying to America doesn't change anything. Donald Trump is not a fool.
Mm-hmm.
You think that this man that is analyzing this and showing you every attack, every single attack since 5 years.
5
They're
years.
on the ground, they know everything that is going on.
Yes. Yes.
You think that you can buy them with money?
For
The
real.
other man that is following them said that he has already told his family that they should forget about him because he may not come back, that he's going to the most dangerous and notorious place on this planet Earth to go and dig out the truth that is happening in that community. This is the white man telling his family to forget about him, that they should regard him as a dead man because he is going to a place that is more dangerous in this planet Earth to go and dig out the truth that is happening there. What about me and you? That is a clip that I sent you. That's the clip that I told you yesterday that you should play it.
Okay, I'll play
A
it in
journalist
the
was
afternoon.
asking a man. A journalist was asking that man, what does it take to buy you or to become a friend for you to call somebody your friend? Then the man said that for you to become a freedom fighter, for you to become close to him, that if they can buy you with money, that if your price is money, you are not qualified to be his friend.
Oh.
That the price of freedom is death. if your price to become his friend, that money can buy it. In other words, you are not qualified to be his friend. He said, what is your price? But as he is now, the price is death.
Wow.
What did the Mazen Namdekan proclaim? Mazen Namdekan said, is either Biafra or death. That is what Mazen Namdekan said. Mazen Namdekan said that it's better that we are dead than the kind of life we are living today. That's what they call the zoo. But people think that building a hotel is more important than them, than their freedom.
Success.
A man without a freedom is a dead man. Because that man who buy you with money to betray your brother doesn't trust you.
Chikode, success. But to betray Simon Ekpa. Shame.
You see, when Alimat Abubakar started her own, we all know, we are not fools. We know everything that was going on. We know from the first utterances, from the first utterances of that woman in that declaration. I know that woman was a betrayer. From the day she said that Nigeria government was about to release Mazen Namdekan to come and disrupt the declaration, it's a signal for you to know. We even exposed that woman to the extent that we exposed her that she is a Muslim, that she is a ISIS Muslim.
Muslim
was in that program.
Did you watch my program yesterday? Where I reminded people. Where she said that Muhammad, peace be upon him soul.
Yes, all these things we expose it, but those morons, those idiotic Biafra, we still come out and begin to defend her.
Chai. Arrow.
Because of change, look at somebody telling our sister, our brother Stephen, that he was given 5,000. So 5,000 is more important than your freedom.
Chai. Arrow.
Do you know how much they promised he goes to take to betray Mazen Namdekan? He goes to say that it's better for him to be dead than to betray Mazen Namdekan. Equal Putus and Gentle, all of them, they say it's better than them, that it's better for them to be dead than for them to betray Mazen Namdekan and our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. And somebody is taking chicken change. Pastor Vam, you think that all these torches, you think that all these morons are going to enter the kingdom of God on this planet Earth, which is Biafra? It's not done.
It's not possible.
It's not done.
No, it's not possible.
It's not done. The way God did to the children of Israel in that wilderness, that ground open and swallow all the people that was fighting against Moses. That is what is going to happen in our land. One thing or another will happen. That is, they will be slaughtered.
Yes.
That's one thing I want you people to know. That if Nigeria is loving and doing shenanigans they are doing, they are not going to stop that thing that is coming. They are changing everything, every narrative. Anything that happens, they will say Biafra agitation did this, Biafra agitation is robbing, Biafra agitation. A man who is selling wire, cable. How can a man who is selling a cable, ordinary cable, in Otanja? How can somebody who is selling a cable be the one to influence Donald Trump to do what he's doing?
What an insult.
How can a man who is selling a cable, a man who has a shop, ordinary shop, be the one influencing the president of the most strongest nation on this planet Earth?
What an
and
insult.
The people are sitting there listening to that thing, and people are believing Niger God. Is our people normal?
God forbid. Thank you, my
That's
brother.
why I'm asking. Did these people come from another planet, or is it the same planet that we are, that these people are living? These people that are believing all this jargon. Because they believe everything in Nigeria is all about propaganda. My brother, right on.
Thank you very much. Thank you, my brother. Thank you for the call. Yeah, somebody was saying muted. No, I'm not muted. Obinna, we're not muted. You need to check your device. I believe that the audio is going out to everyone. We didn't mute it. So you check your device and be sure that you are connected. So let me finish this video and then we will probably call it a day.
If we are ignoring the Fulani, we are doing a disservice to the Nigerian people, and there will be more slaughter. So the American media thought, guess what? Trump bombed Nigeria. Problem solved. Persecution ended. How many of you here know how many Christians have died since Christmas? I know you guys are smart. And Doug, you know. 130 Christians have died since Christmas. The killing hasn't stopped. The Fulani are doing business as usual. So right now, the Nigerian government $9 million to an American Republican firm that people kind of associate them with called DCI. Roger Stone, known association of President Trump, I guess helped put together the deal. Folks, when I first started this project, and I started working in Nigeria, I thought once the world knew that all these innocent Christians and people were being massacred and killed, that people would just naturally do the right thing and want to come to their rescue. Right? Especially people on what I consider on the conservative and the Republican side of the fence. It's a no-brainer. No, what are we dealing with? We're dealing with people that are in complete denial, that are getting paid to deny the genocide. Right. And now there's $9 million being shoved into the Republican, conservative organizations in front by this lobbying firm that are going to pay people to change the narrative. So what I'm asking all of you here is, if you know people in the media, you have friends in the media, you have former congressmen or senator friends of yours that are lobbyists, you need to go to them and say, if you take the Judas money and you start trying to change this narrative, we're going to hold you accountable.
Yes.
We are not going to let you get away with this.
Yes.
We're not going to let pay-for-play conservative commentators take the Judas money and the blood money and lay cover for the killing of Christians. It's not going to happen on my watch. And I'm going to go to war with DCI, with what very little I have and what connections I have. We're not going to let this happen.
Thank you.
The fraud is going to get exposed. I'm tired of this, guys. We should all be doing the right thing together and coming to the aid of the innocent, of the defenseless, and saving lives instead of playing these stupid political games. For the love of God, we can do better than this, folks.
For the love of God, you can do better. You can do better. So thank God for people like this that are standing firm and saying there's no way they will ever buy this evil idea. It's just like right now in Europe. Do you know that in Europe, Europeans are standing against Trump, sending troops to Greenland to fight against Trump? But one lady, my prime minister, which by the grace of God, I can't wait to meet this woman, Giorgia Meloni, fantastica, a beautiful lady, the best prime minister in Europe presently. I'm telling you, she is standing firm with Donald J. Trump. Look at her yesterday, when all the sold-out criminals, like Emmanuel Macron and the rest of them, are sending troops to go and stand against the United States in Greenland, because they know if the United States does not take Greenland, China wants to take it. Even Russia will take it because they want to annex it, and then they will be able to suffocate America. America will not be able to defend us anymore. Giorgia Meloni, look at her in this video, standing with Donald Trump.
How confident are you, sir, you can make a trading deal with the EU? Your message to Italy, sir. Your message to Italy.
Great person. Great person. Great person. Those that are standing with Donald Trump now are great people, awesome people. Look at that. Look at the post. Breaking news, breaking. Italy female Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni just sided with President Trump on Greenland and has refused to send Italian troops to Greenland to oppose Trump. God bless Prime Minister Meloni and President Trump. Now, President Trump must be made to also realize that as far as this West Africa is concerned, the only man that actually first of all identified and supported his campaign was our Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, whom right now, even in Finland, they will hear the sound. They have no choice. Prime Minister is coming out. And the only person that first of all supported Donald J. Trump until tomorrow is supporting him and even making every effort for us to defend and do everything for Donald Trump. There's a campaign coming up on behalf of Donald Trump, being spearheaded by Onyendu himself. These two people, Mazin Namdekan, Simon Ekpa, are diehard supporters of Donald Trump. And Donald J. Trump must do everything to protect these two men. Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa, two leaders of Biafra that have decided that break or bend, we will stand with Donald Trump. So Donald Trump must be made to see this. Rally more, you need to see that. Just like this Iron Lady in Italy is supporting Donald Trump, our prime minister and our leader, Onyendumas Nnamdi Kanu, are standing with Donald J. Trump. Meloni was among 7 EU leaders who signed a joint statement earlier this month that defended the Greenland sovereignty. Even if they defend Greenland sovereignty, then Greenland sovereignty defended, but she knows what it means to defend the only truthful Christian nation in this world. Now, look at the breaking news. Breaking news. U.S. government are advised to break up Nigeria. If killing, slaughtering, and butchering of Christians cannot be stopped, they have been advised to break up Nigeria. Tension is building regarding the possible breakup of Nigeria. According to the Congress members, if Muslims are pushing towards the Islamization of Nigeria, knowing fully well that Christians' population is about 70% in Nigeria, congressmen argued that everlasting peace can only be achieved by dividing Nigeria into 6 countries. At least Donald Trump should support the division of Nigeria to save the Christian population. That is why this man is going, and the next thing on the table will be to advise Donald J. Trump to divide Nigeria. Listen to this, and that is the advice they are taking to Donald J. Trump, and I'm telling you, we are going home.
In a move that could reshape Africa's most populous nation, a coalition of U.S. lawmakers and religious advocates is preparing to brief President Donald Trump on explosive policy options for Nigeria, including the possible idea of dividing the country to create a safe zone for its beleaguered Christian population. Sources close to the discussions, including public statements from key figures like Congressman Riley Moore and Senator Ted Cruz, reveal a growing consensus that Nigeria's deep-seated religious divisions have turned the West African giant into a slaughterhouse for Christians, with no end in sight under the current unified structure.
And my colleagues and I will soon, this month, we're going to brief the White House on our investigation's findings and provide the president with a series of options to help protect our brothers and sisters in Christ.
Provide the president with series of options to help protect our brothers and sisters in Christ. Repeat that again. And among that option is breaking up of Nigeria. I'm telling you.
And my colleagues and I will soon, this month, we're going to brief the White House on our investigation's findings and provide the president with a series of options to help protect our brothers and sisters in Christ. I'm grateful for President Trump's steadfast leadership on this issue. And I look forward to continue to work with him to defend the persecuted.
This isn't hyperbole. According to the latest Open Doors World Watch List 2026, Nigeria accounts for a staggering 72% of global Christian killings, with 3,190 believers murdered in 2025 alone, more than anywhere else on Earth. Reports from aid groups paint a grim picture. Over 7,000 Christians slain in the first 220 days of 2025, hundreds kidnapped, tortured, or displaced, and an average of 30 murders.
Are you seeing that? So these are happening, and it's happening under our watch. Believe me, it is happening under our watch, and we are happy about that. Look at, if you see the way intelligent people are mocking Nigeria. According to a bogus story planted in the left-wing New York Times, a screwdriver trader in Onitsha influenced President Trump missile strike in Nigeria. This is not the APC of 2014 and 2015. Motherfuckers have stolen so much. Now they can't even run a proper propaganda. Ndara, look at how they are looking at them now. Shameless people. I'm going to leave it here until I see you guys again in the afternoon to continue. Airborne. Share this program. And our program going forward will be to put pressure on Raleigh Moore and the Donald J. Trump to break that place up to save lives. We must continue to push for it. We must continue to do it until it is achieved. Because that's what Mazen Nnamdi Kanu asked for. That's what our Prime Minister wants. And that's what every Biafran wants. That's what every indigenous people in Nigeria wants. And that's what must be done to save lives. I am Raphael Chamaka Ajere, the Minister of Information, Biafra Republic Government in Exile. And another thing is that this week, good news is coming from Briggy. Another clear update will be coming from the Prime Minister. Please stay glued to this channel. Don't touch the dial and don't go anywhere. I am Vam Vam Vam.